All right, hey, what's up? So I want to go over the gear that we're going to use and introduce you to in this course because gear is such an important part of photography and people really get caught up on it. So I want to help you based on my understanding, the way that I shoot as a photographer and the different tools that I'll be presenting to you. My intent here is just to give you a quick overview so there's no questions about what exactly I'm using. We'll actually demonstrate the use of this in other lessons. But again, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to help. The first thing, in the camera. This is a Canon 5DS, and the reason I got this camera that I shoot in RAW at full resolution is because the actual images that come out of it are pretty much the best that they have right now for still cameras. Of course, there's a whole bunch of different folks out there who shoot a whole bunch of different cameras, from Sony to Nikon to Hasselblad's and medium format Fuji. They're all really good, okay? So please don't think you need to go buy a Canon 5DS. It's just the one that I picked because I've been shooting Canon a long time. I didn't want to have to switch out all my lenses. I didn't want to have to switch out all my different lights and accessories, right? So that's why I shoot Canon. I keep upgrading my Canons every couple of years. That's the camera. If you've got a camera you like, keep on shooting with it. It's probably great. The lens that I'm shooting with. So this is the Tamron 70-200 f/2.8. These switches over here allow me to switch from manual focus to autofocus, and they also let me switch on vibration control, which just stabilizes the image so that as I rock and shake the camera, it just tries to keep it steady so I get sharper images. It's super great for that. I actually really recommend this lens. I really like it. They make good stuff and they're at a very reasonable price. So that's the Tamron 70-200 VC vibration control that I'm using, f/2.8 lens. The next thing I want to talk to you about real quickly that you'll see me use a ton is this. It just folds up like this. It's a color checker passport. It's made by a company called X-Rite. It's here on the back. And I love this thing. What you do is you take a picture of it, and it folds out here on the bottom, if I can get it out. There we go. Take a picture like this and it'll calibrate your images so you get perfect color. It is super, super helpful, especially when you're in changing outdoor lighting conditions. It always gets your white balance right, but goes way beyond that. So consider this as an option. I'll show you how I use it. It's super helpful. The next thing I'll show you during this course, that you'll see in this course, is the speed light. So the speed light that I use is the 430 EX2. It's just a simple speed light from Canon. It goes right on the top of your camera. I use it in all pretty much the default settings because I don't use it that much. It's just a little fill light for me when I use it. This is a Gary Fong light sphere that I use, or light dome I think it is. It just attaches to the top here and allows you, then you Velcro it on, and it diffuses, spreads, and softens the lights a little bit. I'll show you exactly how I use it outdoors, which I very rarely do. It's mostly an indoor tool for me, but I want to just show it to you and mention it to you in case you're interested in it. Next up, we've got the Paul Buff ABR 800 ring light. So this is a ring light where you put the lens right through the middle right here, and it allows you to have a shadowless fill light, which can be very helpful at times, but is also attached to your camera the whole time. So I tend to shoot off camera light as opposed to shooting with the ring light, but I want you to know it exists and I want you to see how to use it in case you want to try it. Next up is my go-to. This is my beauty dish, and it is attached to my Paul Buff Einstein 640 watt second light that's got a wireless receiver that goes to my Cyber Commander, which is a little commander here, up and down buttons on it on my camera. It is an absolutely amazing system that is super reasonably priced. The beauty dish has a little plate in the center of it that blocks the light, and that creates a shadow basically. So you get a really nice soft light from it. But the other thing that I do is I can pretty much turn it into a round softbox by putting this sock over it. Okay. So once the sock is on it, it becomes basically a circular softbox. Now you might be asking, why not just use a softbox then? Well, at least where I shoot here in Hawaii, it's super, super duper windy. This thing is made of metal, it's aluminum I think, and it will hold up to any wind as long as it doesn't get blown over, and that's why I use it outside. It's the only thing that'll hold up for me. There's a battery down here that it attaches to. It's a Vagabond lithium battery from Paul Buff. It lets me power my lights outside. Those And that is the gear, the lights, and the equipment that you'll be introduced to in this course. You'll see how it works. I hope that helps you understand. If there's any questions you got, let us know. And let me know if I missed something that you absolutely love as a photographer. That's the gear. Let's keep going.